Hello. Um, Man, it's tough. 8 days ago, I learned that my mom had left this mortal coil. And since then, I felt all sorts of different stuff. It's like being punched in the gut repeatedly. Keep thinking of imagery like skull or uh, just a brain, just this sudden stop of all motion. Like all of a sudden, just this crash into I don't know. It's just it it's impacted me pretty hard, I guess. Um, you know, I I've dealt with other people passing on, um, but no one that I've known since my grandmother when I was pretty young, and that was kind of just weird and a shock, and I was like, well, that's sad, and I don't, you know, I guess it didn't hit me as much. Um, and of course, my brother and I have spent a lot of time grieving over this and helping each other to get through this. And I figured that I needed to talk about it. And at first, I thought this is my pain and I don't want to share it with anyone. But then I realized that this is part of who I am is doing this, uh, making these videos or hangouts or whatever. Part of it's part of me, and um, so I need to do this, I suppose, or at least I feel like I do. There aren't words that anyone can really offer you. Uh, you'll hear, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, I don't know why people say that. It's like, well, it's not your fault. Why do we say sorry? I don't know. I guess we don't know what else to say. It's, I suppose it makes you think of your own mortality, and it makes you question the point of life, or at least does for me. I don't know about anyone else. Um, there's that unbelievability of it, the denial, the bargaining, the pain, the acceptance, all the things, and of course you might not go through all this grief things. You might go through them in random order. You might only experience one of them or none of them. And there's no rhyme or reason to any of it. And of course, you think about, well, are they really gone? Or maybe there's something more. But I'm a skeptic, so I can't just decide to believe something because it might make me feel better. I can't discount anything, of course, but that doesn't really help either. And even if I still believe in something, that wouldn't really help too much because they're still gone from here, from this realm that we existed. So no matter what, it still sucks for us. And I guess you wonder, well, what was it like for them? You know, did they suffer? Did they have their whole life in go before their eyes? Did they have that euphoria moment? Did that last within their, like, does time slow to such an extent from the inside looking out that it's like eternity to you, so to speak? That's kind of a nice sort of mundane way to think about. Maybe the brain pours so many chemicals into you that that you experience this euphoria for what seems like forever from your perspective, and that seems rather nice. But again, it doesn't help me. And you have video, you have audio, you have tapes or pictures of this person, hopefully, and that can help. Now I'm making it abstract like it's somebody else. Because this is something that everyone has to deal with at some point. Loss of a loved one, loss of a parent, just really, my word, it's no fun. I wouldn't recommend it. Although I suppose losing anybody isn't good or easy. Had this weird dream where this psycho had kidnapped all the atheists on YouTube and was threatening to kill us all or whatever, and I was using logic on him, and he didn't like that one bit. Everybody was like, "No, let's just cooperate with him." I'm like, "Nope, he's doing an ad ballium," and then nobody liked me because of that. But in the end, he gave up because of the logic. So of course I won. Uh, so that, I guess, was a good dream, sort of. Like, oh yeah, sure, I'm the hero in my own stories. That's great. In real life, who knows? Um, just the emptiness and the sorrow and feeling sick. And my mind just keeps replaying over and over again the all of it. Just like, no, it's just incomprehensible. We are all in this mortal coil together. We have this window of time, and what do we make of it? We might make a big impact or a very small one, or but we have to try our best to do that. My mom had um, unconditional love. Any friend I brought over was instantly welcome, like they were part of the family. Um, the understanding and caring that she had was just something that I never really mastered. She would sing to me to sleep and read the Oz books to me so that I'd get hooked on it and want to know what comes next. So I learned to read because of that. To go to bat for me to get me the best stuff in school and get whatever uh, programs or opportunities or what have you. Um, she was strong and loving, and I will truly miss her. It's it's a whole thing, isn't it? So the one question I asked was, well, what do I do now? And I guess the answer is live. You live for them. You carry their legacy. You share their legacy with others. And maybe that means something. We have such a fragile existence to really think that we take that for granted. It's so easy to forget. So, I put this out there and I know I could get negative comments, and I'll just, well, I can be angry at those people. If I get positive comments, I can see that as love from those people. If I get likes, I can see that as a minor appreciation. If I get dislikes, I can see that as minor spite. And I can experience these emotions through that. And if I get no comments, I can feel the emptiness. So I can use this to feel different feelings. And I don't know if that's therapeutic but it's what I've decided that I want to do. Um, how does a skeptic, how does an atheist deal with mortality? I think the answer is just like everyone else. You mourn, you grieve, you laugh, you feel all the things about that person, and you miss them, and you perform a ceremony in their honor because these things are needed. We need to do them, I suppose. And you get through the emotions, and you accept this, and hopefully well, you should recover. I mean, get help if you need it. Obviously, looked at different things online. It's pretty much the same basic advice. Like talk to people. Get help if you need it. Stuff like this. It's like, yeah. So, um, still, it's tough. But if there's a nice place to be or something beyond, um, I think she'd definitely be there. I'm not gonna be there. Too jaded. Or if I'm there, I'll be like, oh, let me complain about how this is set up. Maybe there's nothing to complain to. That'd be interesting. Yeah? Just like a holodeck that we can do with whatever we want with. But hopefully other people are there. Otherwise, it'd be awfully lonely. Ah, you know, like I said, there's no reason to believe. Well, there's reasons to believe, but not logical ones. Not the sort of reasons that the skeptic wants. And doing my silly video responses to people and doing working on that is good distraction. So that helps a bit. I guess I just wanted to also express appreciation for people that listen to me and comment and say things, and the interactions I've had over these years been interesting. I'm not retiring, don't get me wrong. I'm going to do this thing for quite some time. Or at least until I get sick of it. Anyways, so I'm not going to go into details or anything like that. She was 77, so good long life. But still, it doesn't, it doesn't, any age is, I mean, so that's the thing. This Mortal Coil really sucks. Mortality. Not a good idea. Immortality also probably not a good idea. I mean, we need to be able to live for as long as we want, but then have an exit button. But then you'd really be annoyed at the person if they exit. You're like, no, you can't leave. We're in the middle of the discussion. We've had this discussion a million times. We've been here for eons. Let me go. I don't know. Anyways, so maybe this might touch somebody or help somebody. I don't know. But yeah. I don't know. That was the thing I did. So I'm gonna hit the button now and call it a day or a night or whatever. Saw Gary was in the chat. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna chat with anyone right now. Just yeah. All right. No good way to end this, is there? Oh, there you go. End of mortality. There you are. There's the rub, isn't it? Take care of each other and yourself. There, that's Jerry Springer's quote. I don't want to end on that. Lobsters here. There you go. That's good enough.